abusuafo netifo yini nim say no adasane na be kan ye ye be kan ye sitting ketia any Fiifi court ni NDC officials for ni be den call EC office call submit omo nomination file just say belong to ye be kan the flag bearership of NDC amanyuko ni say John Dramani Mahama omo ye den omo ko file sa ni edema no na say no ye be kan sitting ketia babo nti be kan say omo hia audit bi that registration ho provisional registration voter na babontin no just say omo anye audit na ombe demonstration nationwide adetia sa beka J-Mensa just say and we create tension bi enra omso ma J-Mensa 24 hour nyesa DBC enye ne fe na say no na ebeka NDC official for ni bia ono so UK for ni Fiifi asante ono so ababontin abeka say yebeka infidini bia yebeka BVR machines near den ebabontin yira near the date say enye NDC officials for ni be true out of forcing any go from kan kan ebeki kan sansemu ya ke ya de anka yebeka isi no ebabontin enko mbabontin ngomere embe inform Ghana for say seni na SC ewo isi officer enye out of force na babontin beka enko mbabontin amameka na the same information which am say unregistered company be EC office. No by EC office no omo ba beses some machines near the no me some machines no make say hard disk and a hard disk drive I say ebeka voter nipa do bi omo so ebinim krampo ewu ebinim so wu ye omo te ase ebinim so ye artificial numbers near the say what hard disk so that hard disk na unregistered company na at na yehu company kro unregistered company no mo ba J-Mensa office be say machines no sa hard disk na the coin no you say hard disk the empro where they are empro sa hard disk na voters for and I say beka ni do mo to aba Ghana na ebima wu ebim so wu no sa numbers no hard disk na we hemfa hard disk na we hemfa eno na Fiifi so NDC ni amapawo UK ababontin abiliki some information and just enya asam to a kamuni kutin semi oda betu ba na de nkoma twetwe no ato aso
iranye data wasunye data no hana na betimi use dia ye bibi. It took the NDC for us to highlight this and sana moji atum sampa bibi say ira yes date be na ira mo reporting my police so some information when they weren't forthcoming. Say yan ni anya thing and bisa nsemwa anka east no and America no anka omo dia share ni because the processes no anka anya transparent am Ghana for ehu most scrap new old equipments most scrap all these old equipments to unregistered company and a vessel equipment, old equipment. It doesn't matter what you delete off a computer on that hard drive, information says on it. Where does this company information go? So all these are some of the things I highlighted. We felt the EC responsible. Sana me say
when is the kind of IPAC and you just a demonstration?
IPAC say yes, ansana. Obi betiane bawa bonteno no de nakasa okukwem isi ye ne o makasa bebre okukwem emfa nti emfa ne de esese ye magana fo nyina hu se nya isi ye ne ye ti omo abonten no obi ehu omusuba de ombetu omo fo akase ye suban adadi nti no ebia yan reverse.
Okay. Very well. Me Musa about a filing of nomination. So far, President Mahama, ex-President Mahama, filing the cheddar Bawumia. So do you think all is said? You see, said that at least we're near smooth for a year now. You initially had concerns about how our EC and
Oh yeah, Steph. Yeah, media between you and me, and I guess first of all,
preparation is all sorted. You fear say a year crado and then part of the final protocols and as yes here to and our formalities into and then the ground is set I ready. Yeah.
Now demonstration. Why ready now? We are demonstrating against easy. No, what's the logic behind it? No demonstration. What's it for?
If you have the logic behind and in your commentary, okay, be say and can be focus. But idea as I say, you know, I see a now you say election a process. Election, and yes, 7 December in Kwana election. No, you better go to abandon me. Election is starting here over years. The very day I'm moving first election, no. Second election process is not starting. Why? Because easy or koha or the infidei fa or yes or infidei biara. These are all some of the processes. As I say, easy no or yet very transparent. As mean you su in them label ink BM now as I see a corner and then the copy and son our son sign. And it's a 1 more near yet ding. During the processes pepe now you're there for when you say sana de. So it will play to your disadvantage. Over say on the 7th no and a Lucy, but and yes 7th link one well Lucy. What translate ha Ashe niama ama inyama akun etia right from the beginning. Inti anunti na ye ni isi nya adwen dia ye fi say isi no fa kwan bi so a enye ye ntrase ye be ye kyrebehwe ama Ghana fo nyina hu isi ni suban because isi ye ja isi ne nko a anka isi niema bi a anka sese kwa ye no anka election no or the ama MPP for the dada. But if I say, ya jira ya naso, ya check you, ya get ya check you, imagine, say, easy grandpa getting rid of some of the.
But I think if you say that, and yes, when you're here, I can easy the election, I'm NDC. I think that's completely unfair to easy.
No, not at all. Not at all. Why? Because
no, I think it's unfair to easy. In the history of Ghana and 1992, one will say easy. A team to change election, they are one party that.
Say, and I made sure say, and yes, sir.
Maybe it's 2012 elections, so you see to about one or the chair one. If
you and yes, sir, who to chile the amano, kasakwa, because processes now, as I said, uyano, French rim, uyano transparent, not obia humubino. I yes, sir, would get to equipment, right? When to me and Mamba get the done tray and say equipment.
Mami Bibi into on tem. We man can't tell, but this year I'm in a state of mourning. Your last born. When you're
last born.
Your last born, no, safe, yeah.
Sorry.
And Friday, yeah, by cry, Nipper votes be said 3,000 votes. So said then NDC for I discover say it was what happened? It was switched or. I don't know what.
By what evidence? Political parties in there, Mr. Fiifi, you should be skeptical and very fair because they do election. They all engage in allegations and allegations.
Almost about public. Almost about public.
Bringing it in public is one thing, but actually providing proof to support it is another thing.
Mr.
I can tell you in my history of different political parties, so to me, allegation no money proof.
But issue has not denied, say it didn't happen.
The issue, usually the issue is busy because the election got a big headache. So they are pitching to some things and you be no munya coin denial. Seriously,
yeah, Mumpire, because that NDC made a lot of noise about it and nobody seems to refute what they are saying. Say they just discovered, say the register is such that people who have registered are being, in a way, represented in a Fiifi Meboa.
That's correct. Yes, there was a transfer that was not notified because what the EC, whether they are in bed with the MPP, that's why I use the word whether no. Say, ubetimi move candidates from where you think the NPP has highly populated, and then you move them across to areas you want to neutralize the numbers. So that this was what was found. Yes, it was a transfer.
But voter transfer is it illegal? Is voter transfer illegal?
No, the voters transfer have to be done by individuals. But after the transfer, don't forget, when we were doing the voters transfer, beginning crapo easy said transfer and kwano political parties and candidates crampo shouldn't be there. They wanted to do this by themselves and police it by themselves. We made a lot of noise about it. It was the second day before they reversed that decision and allowed us to go and now police the transfer. Then at the back of that, if there are batch transfers that is being done after this, then there's something fishy.
And see, this one, you have evidence to show say a party for a boy and transfer way.
It has been raised by Dr. Mani Bawumia. It has been raised with at our park with them. Have they come out to say no? They haven't done that. There are so many things that the NDC have raised with the EC, and the EC at some point later on admits or reverse their decision. That tells you, I said I can from beginning, it's an election, a process. So, and through all these processes, say yama yeni andaho ne yanye yanshe nieme ye to say abua owo na yanye very smart ne yan question every single move. Ya di bibi befu weni ase.
So this okay, we need to ask because I see they are just being cautious so be you.
Abujan for ni atensema eye beka Fiifi just Fiifi asante or NDC ni manpower UK no ababo ntian beka ntse ni nsem no ka no eye ade na oka say hard disk drive be and as hard disk be just say eno no oka say on registered company be able ra ebeka age mensa office where then ekwese an machines no sha true that no ena sa eye beka eye BVR machines no crampo de 8 me right na ye be ka asem na almost say on registered company no mobile machines no that hand this na sheshe omo laptops mu computer mu ni ade no say on registered company de coin no that numbers now the coin that hard this na wahemfa hard this na wahemfa ayira na mumba bonte meka bibi eno na ye be ka si udu wani bua that artificial numbers no yentimi nkase sa numbers no mleko ba Bawumia on the end obi ni na all trust no can say is no or stay or jai bias no because short or say kwampo yeden remove an unfair because the way see treaty ma me na I this enye papa MPP for nankasa babonte be can say oh unim shout to say or no easy there but also our contesting for presidential as a candidate also contesting that's a flyer na babonte ni na ya this enye no kre no omkeka nsema eni a shout to say the same thing applies to Mensa. So see shout to say every watch is not any unlawful no na no enya this is efa kwem no the same thing Mensa ya di become pune di which is enya sempa biano na opposition party na so unfair to the east na no first na omo claim say NDC ni ade no na omo so den put too much pressure on east na just dobe bi anya the enya omo fe Afrejan was the best electoral commissioner just say no ye bi Ghana. I'm sure I'm going to say Fiifi ba need them come to train abanawi.
Yes. But NTCSC voter register exhibition, that's what led to this revelation, and hopefully they can correct it. But Steve, my outlook is that you get it right the first time. Like you rightly said, no. The EC is a delicate organization. It's critical to democracy in Ghana. One of the most important organizations about elections near there. So they have to get it right the first time. If you have a year like Kaizen and this quality this quality systems that reduces error close to zero. The EC should adopt these kinds of, and yes, NDC now also me who say yeah batch transfer be na baby ekodi baby enisi ekodi. The EC has all the money it needs, so it has to check. So institute quality processes within the EC to make sure that these things don't come out and then people become all of a sudden jittery and very anxious. Say, is the EC doing something, or is it? You know, say the way Madam Charlotte Osei was removed, has made Jean Mensah's position very, very because some of us were not happy with the way Madam Osei was treated. Oh, and that bitterness is there. And then we also know, let's be honest, said Nanado has compromised a lot of state organizations. With some of the appointments are horrible. People who don't belong there are there. You have square pegs in round holes or turtles on lamp posts. Here. And so this is impacting the efficacy of these state institutions. And so with somebody like Jean Mensah at the East, you can just imagine, say, Bibi obeye, send ya wokano, ebi kra, and yes, washeda. And to small mistake be, then it will be amplified. And then it will lead to parties accusing.
Yeah, but yeah, some of the say, I'm sorry, but some of the say very interesting. Say Omuyi, a friend saying Charlotte Osei free on it. Don't you think the NDC is so elected for Tata? They are also using that to overly attack James and EC too much, Anna. Don't you think?
It's obvious because says Siano, send your MPP for a year, no. It says President Obe appointee EC, no. EC ni nipa. Because Charlotte was removed because they thought she was NDC. There were pictures of Charlotte Osei running as a candidate, even though it wasn't true for NDC. We all saw that in the media. And who appointed the only person, Afarijan, seems to have been one of the most middle of the road. I don't. Farijan, because we are NDC, no MPP. Say if you won't be sir.
Oh well, there were a few things that they did against, but you said, Farijan, no bagawaya man. He doesn't care about anybody. He was older. He had more experience. And
right.
Not that political. The viciousness. Nobody have politics and to say okay. Politics not for another level of viciousness. Until the attack is so personal.
Right.
The way you say, I don't know, so we are not, you know, but we are mounting, we are so viciously against them. But after John, I want to shut down your friend John Baby. I know we are in the Kakaswa, on the Papa and Fan, whole Katako cartoons, on few crowd, because he had experience, you know.
Oh, yeah, I think that
they didn't have too much experience at commissions of Fufu or mobile easy, so things really kind of affect them more than Afarijan.
Yeah, actually, Afarijan may have had a couple of missteps here and there, but overall, I think so far, he is one who we can say is close to the center as possible. Okay. Oh, in terms of perception, me if say Bibia da Kwemu for the upcoming elections, the elections are about the incumbent. This case is going to be prosecuted based on the incumbent in power. We have to use the record, 8 years record of NPP to assess whether they need to continue or they need to be removed. Me as a Ghanaian, given what I've seen, and all these things, I think we need a break. We need a break. And there's no other way of putting it because there's so much going on right now that troubles me. But work it in.
Yeah, Mammy comes as I believe I bet I will party tea upon you to say, I'm on a more yamo. Mutamina report to who assessment in the in Tiana was on pack of file more nomination for Dr. Bawumia as your candidate, but also microphone, mammy. As your candidate, what do you think? Why you're ready for campaign? Maybe you mean at least 99%. Maybe.
Yo, if you are me that's pa, my men for conversation na men chia wone we tie for so na be American we do dey snonko because nya Ghana for nkwa na tie amona nifo nyina tie ko atire pa ntimi da ase na me chia panelist for by NDC New York kasa
for any information return as a meeting for permanent no. Yamam tisa news ya kwa tute enya some to so consider but they had Dixna Yebeka on registered company no ebora Mensah of because some machines no mean say true that na ma BVR machines no campo here because a unregistered company that is up to now you company no company na ye kase na o kase a hard disk in hard disk the NC a machine more NC although na machine in chadan say bia because bia na dada bi no yes na o kase that hard disk na share some machines na a unregistered company no e bora EC office go there e kwese sign no no almost say some machine ni awodo no dan ni padodo no no mo sa unregistered hard disk na so no sani pa ko no mo like omo wa infa eno na ebeka Fiifi trokutam question di ma AJ mensa te so kase demonstration na selinketi ababontin kase omo person me za demonstration no so omo ya entiasewum efise nieme bu ho awanyi ni buka na na ho brasa emfa because omo so omo ne AJ mensa akasa we secret say enko onye na onya de etin no AJ mensa so onfa ne emfa chena ndelebo inkrampo so kasa hunyusu tiede na afero be yusu nyina aye pusher and this for day sa nyema we nyina ne ka say no easy so ide aso paso ye bias bisan because Sharato say ya dia na ono so electoral commissioner just ono on se akuku dam fa no mo Ghana pa na so na MPP amanyoko ntru abronya so budia o samampom ni ade kika kan semi say enim edicha easy no omo be sharp wa no omo nkai o upon say Sharato say anya bias ni na echi no omo za ba power no adjom the bands on be in a field and panapom in a field that's unfair that's unlawful at omo here just say na eno no bit makofa ensem bebre dia ba eno bi ni na wakoto James and me bia no opposition party no enyo mo fa just say asem no dey na imore mi ba afrajan so the best electoral commission on so and when sem na kwati fi NDC officials fi omo kasa just na enya asem ketwa chewa dwen o comment so bia one thing sem ay kan ni bia bitim so ahia mo adam for so enya bia hwe high daily update